Hello everyone, it's State Senator Bobby Powell representing Senate District 30 in Palm Beach County. And this is the fourth edition of Powell Press of the 2019 legislative session. As we approach the midway point of the legislative process, appropriations are well underway and stakeholders are continuing to advocate for the issues that are important to them here in Tallahassee. And when it comes to legislation, bills, especially our bills, are continuing to move through the process. Here are the highlights of week 4 of the 2019 legislative session. This week, our pendens legislation made it to the Senate floor. It moved through second reading without any amendments and now moves on to third reading, where if it passes, it will go on to the governor for his signature and then will become law. We are also moving our public counsel term limits bill through the committee process. This Tuesday, the Committee on Governmental Oversight and Accountability unanimously approved this legislation, which would hold the Office of Public Counsel to the same term limit standards as other statewide offices. This bill now heads to its final committee stop for approval. This week in Tallahassee, we were joined by members of our own county representing the Florida Association of Counties, the Florida League of Mayors, and the Florida League of Cities to discuss pressing issues facing cities, towns, and our counties across the state of Florida. I also participated in a press conference on Wednesday with the Florida League of Mayors to demand that the state legislature put an end to preemption legislation, which restricts local officials from making the best decisions for their communities. We've seen a gradual erosion of our state legislature's trust in local government over the years, and it's my firm belief that we ought to restore faith in their ability to do what's right by the people they represent. Because at the end of the day, the best government is the one that is closest to the people. And finally, the House and the Senate both approved their budget proposals for the 2019/2020 fiscal year. Now, due to some unforeseen emergencies throughout the state, including Hurricane Michael, which caused so much devastation in the Panhandle, that budget has been more narrowly tailored than usual. Despite funding shortfalls, I've been working with my colleagues in the Senate to ensure that District 30 receives the funding it deserves in order to improve the quality of life for my constituents. The Senate budget proposal was approved by the Appropriations Committee this week and now requires the support of the entire Senate before heading to conference. That's all for this week's edition of the Powell Press. Stay tuned for next week as I give you an update on week 5 of the 2019 legislative session. Also, we'll have an opportunity to discuss and look back on what's happening with Amendment 4 and restoration of rights for our felons. Thank you for tuning in. My name is State Senator Bobby Powell, Jr. And remember, a life of service is a life that counts.